All right. So our next speaker during Veterans Day is going to be Liam, and Liam runs our North Dakota Armed Forces Initiative chapter, as well as the Minot Air Force Base group. So I'm going to turn it over to Liam. Take it away.
Yeah, so Liam Hale, I've been active duty Air Force, coming up on my 20-year mark, going to be retiring soon. But just want to talk about BHA as the role it played in my life so far and what it means, I think, for me to be part of the Armed Forces Initiative. I joined the Air Force back in 2003. I was stationed, after training, I got stationed in Oklahoma. I was there for about 10 years. In those 10 years, I grew up a hunter in upstate New York, but in Oklahoma, I was kind of a lapsed hunter. There wasn't a lot of access points for me. There wasn't a lot of opportunities. Later in that 10 years that I did in Oklahoma, right around year 8 or so, ended up meeting up with somebody that was a fellow hunter. We ended up doing a lease together. We had 160 acres, and it was about $2,700 a year between 2 or 3 of us. It was a pretty big penny when we're talking about an E5 at the time. So shortly after that, they raised the prices on the lease, and after that, I was kind of at a hunting spot. So next step for me was in 2013. I got ordered up to Minot, North Dakota, and if you believe all the horror stories of Minot, living in the frozen north, that can be quite a challenge as you're going into that situation. So for me, the big thing was get up here, get settled, and then start exploring the area. I know that first year I was up here, it was a struggle. It was 72 degrees the day we left Oklahoma, and the day after we got up here, it was negative 36 that morning. So it was quite a bit of a shock for me, but we ended up surviving that first winter. Didn't really do much there, but the following fall, somebody at work introduced me to waterfowl hunting. This kind of dragged me out there. And that was my first introduction to anything really upland. Didn't have too many opportunities other than rough grouse in New York. So this was a eye-opening experience for me. So the more I got into it, the more I enjoyed it. I love going out there. Most of the land out in North Dakota, while there's definitely private land opportunity, a lot of the land that we hunted was all public land. So for me to go out, knowing that, hey, I can go out to this, I don't have to worry about asking for permission or anything, that was a godsend for me. I could go out, find where I wanted to hunt. Most of the habitat in the area was pretty well suited for upland as far as prairies and potholes. And then from there, I just started to go exploring all these different places in North Dakota. My main focus for BHA became right around 2016, 2017. There was legislation introduced where they wanted to sell off like 3 million acres of public land. And for me, after utilizing all this public lands around here, that was my go-to. I don't make enough money to buy property. So for me, this was my land. That's where I'm going to hunt. I want to defend that land to, almost of my ability. So searching around, I ended up coming across BHA and met up with the local chapter here. And then shortly afterwards, with the national pressure on it, that resolution was pulled from the House. So I saw that grassroots effort could actually work, and I wanted to be a bigger part of that. So about 2018, 2019 is when AFI came out. Saw that first email go out there asking for volunteers, and I just knew, like, if we're going to gear this towards an armed forces, side of the house, I definitely want to be a part of that. So I love sharing the wealth of knowledge that I've gained over the last 20 years of hunting, spreading that to young airmen or whoever comes on base. If they haven't been introduced to that, there's a lot more to the base than just sitting in a dorm room, playing video games or just being locked into your room over the winter. You can be ice fishing, you can be out doing, small game hunting throughout the winter. There's no season for rabbit stuff here, so year round you can go after it. So seeing that we had this issue on base where people were struggling to find things to do, constantly see the Facebook groups and just the complaining of, hey, I have nothing to do, I want to get outdoors, but I don't have anybody to show me. I wanted to take that step and join AFI, become that leader, and show that, hey, we definitely have these opportunities here. We just have to go out and find them. So for me, the big thing was definitely having that brotherhood, that sisterhood of joining forces together on base, for a common goal of going out there and enjoying the public lands that we have, and if need be, defending those public lands. So I think the main takeaway that I have for this is just realizing the opportunities that are given to us and what we need to do as a group, and use our strong, active duty or veteran voice to push those, opinions of ours to our representatives and make them realize, like, hey, we need to do better, and we definitely need to defend what we have.
Yeah, you're doing a fantastic job up there, Liam. I know you guys just had a grouse event for the opener in back in September. What do you guys got planned for this winter? You gonna try any ice fishing?
Yeah, we're looking right now. The next thing up that we have, we're going to be doing a wild game feed in November. First week in November, we're going to be cooking up wild game for the dorm residents. Hopefully, we're expecting anywhere between 150, 200 people for that. So hopefully we can get the word out there and have people start enjoying that. As far as upcoming for winter, I would like to do an ice fishing event. We're going to be sourcing out some ice castles. So first introduction for ice fishing isn't sitting out on 36 inches of ice out in the middle of nowhere on a bucket. It's hopefully getting somebody into a warm hut for a couple hours, introduce them that way, and then let them branch off on their own and explore.
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be amazing, man. Anything else you want to say about North Dakota and the opportunity up there? I know you took a moose and we're pretty fortunate a couple of years ago.
Absolutely. I became a resident in 2016, and that gave me the opportunity for one of the big 3 tags up here, which is either moose, elk, or bighorn. Bighorn, that opportunity is really not out there too much. They only issue out about 5 or 6 tags a year. But if you're interested in just filling your freezer, supplying meat for your family, you can apply for a cow elk or cow moose, and the likelihood of getting drawn is anywhere between 40 and 50%. Depending on the unit you pick. So pretty good chance that you're going to get drawn for one of those tags.
Nice.
If you want those trophies, like, you're going to be having to wait like the rest of the people up here, 30, 40 years. But definitely for anybody else who just wants to fill the freezer, the opportunity is absolutely there for them.
That's awesome. I really appreciate everything you're doing up there, Liam. Keep up the good work and let me know if you need anything from me.
Absolutely.